Welcome back, friends. In today's session, we are going to continue with our topic of physical geography, and today we are going to discuss about the rock cycle. So in the previous session, we discussed about the different types of rocks, and as you saw, we had a igneous rock, then we had a sedimentary, and then we had metamorphic rocks. We saw how they are formed, and today we are going to continue with our discussion by discussing about the rock cycle. These notes there from the Somibora app. You can go there in the description below and you can get the link for these notes. Now we are saying that rock cycle is a relationship in which rock tend to change from one type of rock to another. One type of rock to another. That's what we can call as a rock cycle. This is the cycle in which rocks tend to change from one type to another. Rock tend to change from one type to another. For instance, igneous rock may change to metamorphic rock or sedimentary rock to metamorphic or igneous rock, etc. So rock cycle ni ile namna ambayo type moja au aina moja ya rock inaweza ikabadilika kwenda aina nyingine ya rock. Type moja ya rock inaweza ikachange kwenda another type of rock. Now, necessary condition for rock cycle to take place or processes of rock cycle. Which are the conditions or processes which allow the rock cycle to take place? Firstly, the molten rocks erupt from interior of the earth and then cools and solidify to form igneous rock. That is the first process in which we are converting the molten rocks in the earth's crust to, we are converting the molten rocks from the earth's interior, from the interior, yani maeneo ambayo ni ndani ya earth, let's say it is mantle or core, to the earth's crust where they solidify, yani manake zina become solid to form igneous rock. That is the first process. And second, the igneous rock are subject to denudation process to form sedimentary rocks. So igneous rocks zinaweza undergo weathering or mass wasting to form sedimentary rocks. As we said in the formation of sedimentary rocks, that from weathering we are collecting, or there is collection and a sedimentation of the small particle, then they form the sedimentary rocks. After that, the third, either igneous or sedimentary rocks undergo metamorphism. That means they change in their structure and then they form metamorphic rock due to prolonged heat and pressure to form metamorphic rock. So tunapokuwa tuna temperature kubwa au pressure kubwa for more time, tuna change from either igneous or sedimentary to metamorphic. And fourth, metamorphic or igneous rock can undergo weathering process through erosion and transportation of sediments, which are further deposited in layer in the ocean or lake floor, where they are cemented and consolidated to form sedimentary rocks and vice versa. In the first process, it is the formation of sedimentary rock. Second process, it is the formation of first process is the formation of igneous. Second process, it is the formation of sedimentary. But the third is the formation of metamorphic. The fourth is that metamorphic or igneous, they can undergo weathering to form sedimentary rocks and vice versa. So that means they can form sedimentary rocks, and sedimentary rocks also they can be subjected maybe to pressure, prolonged pressure and heat to form metamorphic. So from there, the fifth process, the metamorphic or sedimentary rocks, can be subjected to heat and pressure, where melting, metamorphic or sedimentary rock can be subjected to heat and pressure, where melting takes place and later cooling due to low temperature to form igneous rock. Kunaweza kuona kwamba hizo rock zinazunguka. Now this diagram here summarizes what we call as a rock cycle. So you can see in this diagram, you can see we have a magma here, and from here magma undergoes crystallization. It means here eruption occur, crystallization to form igneous rock. But igneous rock, they can undergo weathering and erosion. So weathering, erosion and deposition. So this will form sediments, and these sediments, they can undergo compaction and cementation. So we can form sedimentary rocks. Now from sedimentary rocks, if they are subjected to heat and pressure, they can form metamorphic. Even igneous rock, when they are subjected to heat and pressure, they form metamorphic rock. But when sedimentary rocks, they undergo melting they can form magma. Igneous rock on subjection of melting, they form also magma. So the magma is at the top of the diagram here. The magma is at the top of the diagram here. So what I try to show you here that magma, when it tend to crystallize, the magma, when it tend to crystallize, it form igneous rock. But when igneous rock undergo weathering, erosion, deposition, it forms sediments. These sediments, they can undergo compaction and cementation to form sedimentary rocks. But when they undergo again weathering and erosion, deposition, they can form sediments and again sedimentary rocks. But again, if any rock is subjected to heat and pressure, it form metamorphic rock. You see, igneous, when it's subjected to heat and pressure, form metamorphic. Then sedimentary, when it's subjected to heat and pressure, form metamorphic. Also, if any rock is subjected to melting, as you can see, sedimentary, when it's subjected to melting, it form magma. Igneous, when it's subjected to melting, it form magma. Also, metamorphic rock, when it's subjected to melting, it form magma. So as you can see, all of these three categories of rocks, if they are subjected to weathering, erosion, and deposition, they form sediments, and these sediments, if they undergo compaction and cementation, they form the sedimentary rocks. And in all of these three types of rock, if they undergo melting, they form magma. In all of these three types of rock, if they undergo melting, they form magma. Magma, which can form igneous rock by crystallization process. Also, all of the three types of rock, if they are subjected to heat and pressure, I mean these two types of rock, igneous and sedimentary rocks, if they are subjected to heat and pressure, they can form metamorphic. So metamorphic rock is formed by subjection of either igneous or sedimentary rocks in high pressure, high heat and pressure. Sedimentary rocks formation involves weathering and erosion, followed by compaction and cementation of the sediments. Igneous rock formation starts with melting of either of these three types of rock, forming magma, and after forming magma, then it undergo crystallization to form igneous rock. So this is what we can call the rock cycle. Now let's see the simplified geographical time scale. The geographical time scale is the chart for dating the history of Earth, including rock span. It tries to explain the ages of rocks as far back as 600 million years ago. Now here we have the table. We have the table which is simplified geographical scale. So you can see here we have the era, then you have the period, then years in millions before present, then major geographical events in Africa. Geographical events in Africa. Actually, this is not so much important for you to know. For example, here we have the Cenozoic era. Then we have the period is quaternary, millions of years before present, 1 million years. To record on a glaciation of East Africa mountains, formation of rivers and raised beaches. Tuko na glaciation, na kwenye hii table unaweza kuona huku chini kuna hii line ya kuscroll namna hii. So huku mbele unakuta kuna event nyingine, let's say tukipanda huku juu unakuta kuna man and animals, kwamba kwenye hiyo miaka kulikuwa kuna aina gani ya living organism. Kwa mfano kwenye hii miaka kulikuwa kuna living organism ambao ni man wenyewe. So unaona hii ni 1 million years before present. 1 million years viumbe ambao walikuwepo ni nani? Ni human being, age of man. Lakini unaona we are going far back. Then kwa mfano kuna Iteshale ambao hapa kuna 163 years from present. Kuna formation of Atlas Mountains, lava flow in Ethiopia. Kwa unaona wanaelezea unaona hii hapa wanaelezea East Africa. Hii hapa Atlas Mountains in Ethiopia, age of mammals. Hapa tuko na different mammals. Then unakuja kuona kuna Mesozoic ambao kuna period hiyo hapo, Cretaceous 173 million years. I mean 135 million years. Deposition of marine sediments in Sahara and southern Nigeria. Formation of Unungu, Costified. Unaona age of reptiles. Unazidi kuona, unazidi kushuka huku chini kuna age of amphibians, age of marine invertebrates na age of algae. manake huku chini miaka inazidi kwenda chini zaidi. Unaona 6 million years Cambrian wanaeleza an era Proterozoic era and Paleozoic era. But all of these are not so much important aspects for you to know because of the appearance in exams is not so much luckily for the sake of your understanding, you can just read them and pass through the exams if they appear in exams. Now, what are the importance of rocks? Importance of different categories of rocks. Rocks are very important in formation of soils which can be used for agriculture production. Very important in the soil formation. Then rocks are used for building purpose. Some rocks such as limestone, sandstone, gravel and sand are used for building houses, construction or roads, etc. Akuta kwa mfano nimetolea mfano mawe ya Tanga. Mawe ya Tanga they are used in construction, especially in regions such as Dar es Salaam. Some rocks are used as sources of energy or fuel such as coal and petroleum, source of fuel. Then number 4, limestone is widely used for cement manufacture in Tanzania. Limestone inatumika katika kutengeneza cement in Tanga, Mbeya and Wazo Hill. Number 5, salt extraction. Salt usually originates from rock acquiring strata. For instance, in Tunisia and Morocco, there are large depositions of salts. So salts they are rocks. Then manufacture of chemicals. Some rocks contain nitrate or phosphate, while others have potash. If you are hearing things like caustic potash, because some of the rocks they contain potash. So this kind of rock can be used for making dye, fertilizer and medicines. Number 7 is mineral deposition. We have mineral ores, different minerals, madini mbalimbali. Zero zote ni rocks. Tuna diamond, tuna silver, tuna gold, aluminum, zinc, different elements which are used to produce different industrial products. They are coming from rocks. Number 8, some rocks are some impressive such they attract tourists to come and view them. So it is the tourist attraction and it is the source of foreign exchange and even a source of income to the country. And number 9, some rocks are used for decoration of houses and ornaments, or are grinded to produce powder which is used for decoration. So is only importance of rock. Now this marks the end of our sessions regarding the structure of the earth. In the next sessions we will be discussing about different forces which affecting the earth, different forces which into affecting the earth.